Alright, so Orochi Iori is up next. And this is, well, in some people's opinion, the best character in the game. A lot of people will say Geese and Zero are very good, but this is another character that is very, very powerful in the right hands, and it's just because of his insane movement, which we'll get to in a second. But he's overall, like, a top 3 character, maybe, like, top 1 in some people's opinion. But let's just get right into it. His normals, lights. Very, very fast, very chainable. Easily chain into each other. Like that. So, both Light Punch, Light Kick are both very valuable. Forward Light Punch, which we'll talk about a bit later, this can be a normal, very handy. You can link it from stuff like that. And like I said, just his movement is absolutely insane. Like this he walks faster than he dashes, which is absolutely ludicrous. And his jump is great, and his super jump is just, oh baby. Look at him go. He's just all over the place. Heavies are mostly like for combo starters, but like overall aren't really anything you're really gonna be like using for space control, aside from maybe like standing D, crouching D maybe. Crouch C is like an anti-air is not bad. With max mode you could actually like cancel out of his far D or his far C for some combos. But it's like functionally identical in terms of hitbox to like his forward A, which you could also do like combos with without needing a meter, like resources for. You can just do it for like no downside. But his jumping normals are kind of the main reason you're gonna be playing this character, because he's just got some of those brawlic air normals in the game. All of them are very great. Like Jump C and Jump D are both amazing, and of course he has the infamous Iori Classic, the Taco, as people call it. Which if you just do this to people at like low level, they'll fold. They'll just give up, because this is just obnoxious. It's really plus. It drags you in. You get combos off of it. It's very good. It's really strong. It has probably the most hit stun of almost any of his jump-ins, and it pulls them in, which is like crazy. Very, very powerful. Now specials. Of course, to go forward, classic fireball, runs across the ground. Pretty handy in this game because there's a lot of characters that have like moves that have like go over or under fireballs. This one goes under fireballs. You can't really do that with the ground ones. You can kind of just, you know, have this simple thing that skids across the ground, and it's pretty hard to stop. And he can kind of just chuck these out. You can do some simple fireball traps with like, you know, heavy and light fireball to heavy fireball. If you get like a meaty from like far out, you can get like combos like that. You can't really combo into much, but you can do this, I believe. I checked this earlier. If you're really quick, you can get that. I was getting it earlier, I don't know, but you know you can like certain stuff out of it at certain ranges. But it's overall just more of like a spacing and like a harassment thing. This is like probably like one of, if not the best rush down character in the game, as he's just so fast. And he has a great mix of tools, ranging from, well, the next thing we'll talk about, because I was bring up mix of tools, is command grab. Whoops. So it throws them behind you, but it does have like plus frames, so you can easily do. Whoops. You can do Rekka, but you can also do things like... Not that. I'll talk about you later. And sometimes I input this, and I input it weird, and I get, Well, now I actually need to put my meter back. Man. Meter, please. Thank you. Thank you. See, the problem is I think I'm walking forward. There we go. This is a combo. The game won't tell you it's a combo because it's a grab. But grabs are funny like that. But that is a true thing you can do. And as you can see, my execution is amazing. But you get the idea. And the main thing you can do with this, which is pretty handy, is that if you're trying to bait front step, you can easily do it with this move. By doing a normal into this button, if they dash it, you'll grab them right out of it, because guard cancel front step has no invincibility, or has no throw invincibility, so it's a true punish. You can do some like all sorts of normals. All sorts. Other specials are obviously his DP. The heavy one is the one with invuln, from what I've noticed. The light one does not have any invuln, but the light one has the issue of it has less range, and the heavy one has the issue of you can hit it at certain ranges and it won't actually it'll like only hit once. But I'm not gonna like force that to happen. But it is possible to have it only hit one time and be negative on hit. Obviously he has this Rekka. Very good for just picking up off of like basic lights and heavies. You know, obviously use the light one for light combos and use the heavy one for heavy confirms. He doesn't have, so compared to regular Iori, he doesn't have the guard point move, like the armored like slam. He doesn't have that as a super or a special. But he does have the same, he does have the running grab though. Not really useful for anything other than like space, like, you know, you can get like, I know like regular Iori will do like frame kills with it, but like, you know, the main thing you're using it for is combos, which we'll get to in a minute. But that is the general idea for his specials. I'm pretty sure we got all of them. Let's look here. Oops, there's another red button. Skill list. Yep, so we got all those. Yeah, and now we're on to supers. So he has this classic Rambo. Slashes you up, slams you on the ground, blows you up. Very good super. It's pretty tricky to cancel. Like, you can't really combo to it as easily as like regular Iori, which is why regular Iori and Orochi Iori are actually pretty different characters in terms of how do I put this? They have different like combos and like overall are very different in terms of like their movement, and overall their game plans are very different. Unlike Ken and Violent Ken, who basically is just Ken falls victim to being basically just worse Violent Ken. But both the Ioris are actually both great picks for their own right, so don't be afraid to play both or one or the other when you're playing them. They're both great characters. I like Orochi Iori a lot more, but they're both great picks. And then his other super is, of course, Magnetic Storm. It has an actual name, but that's what most people call it. And you get full combos off of it. You can mash out of the state, so be quick. Sometimes you just do super into super if you're not, you're not comfortable, and it'll do a decent chunk of damage. Now, I believe. Oh, and we have one more super to talk about, which is the Exceed. This really cool Exceed. I will say this: photosensitivity warning. And I mean, this game, you know, has a lot of flashing lights in general, but this Exceed, they really put the strobing up to 11 with this one. It's not awful, but just be warned if you have epileptic stuff. Be careful here. It's his iconic grab from the end of KOF 97, where Kyo punches the crap out of Orochi at the end. But this is the first time they actually made it like an actual move he could do, and it's a true command grab. You can combo to it. The game won't tell you it's a combo, but that's how throws work in this game. But yeah, so you can combo to it. It's handy. It's a true, like, once, if you're not, it's not like it doesn't have the problem like some grab supers have where you have like a super flash and then you can jump it. No, if you're not jumping before the super flash shows up, you're cooked. You're getting grabbed. It has okay range. Like, it's not awful, but you'll definitely find times where you can, like, it just won't work. But it's not a problem. Not a problem at all. It's a great tool in his arsenal that he can make a lot of value out of. Now, on to combos. As I kind of mentioned, a lot of them, it's not really crazy. He just has, like, button, Rekka. I should mention that any of these combos, like if you do this, or you do this, you can add in a forward A to either of them. But the problem with forward A is you have to button hold to get the actual move to come out. You can't, like, do it normally. I mean, you can, but it's tricky. I recommend button holding because it's got a very small window. But you can do stuff like this for both of them. I'll demonstrate right now. Oops. Come on now. This is embarrassing. Unedited, by the way. Unedited. Can I do off this? That one I can get. I don't know why the light one is so hard for me to get. But you get the idea. You can add in a forward A to either of them. As you can see, I'm clearly not a fan of doing that, but you can. That being said, I don't think you can get forward A into super. You can't also do lights into super either. His super is too slow. Regular Iori, you can actually do that, but Orochi, you cannot. But like basic combos, like I said, are the things I mentioned. But you can also get things like Crouch C into Rambo. Oops. If it's 9 hits, you know you got it. But the main one, and the main cool combo you can get, also like I said, you can also get this. This works too. If you get, you can also if you got into a taco, a cross up, you can combo off of it. It's very tricky, but it is possible. Like that. Okay. Enough of the seizure move now. Going more into detail with his max mode stuff, he has one route which I'll show off right now. I'll show off the basic one. And this, what's great about this route is that you can get it off just about anything, and it's corner only for the most part. You can land it mid-screen, but you have to manually time it. I'm about to show you. In the corner, it's auto-timed. So basically what you're going to do is you either do Rekka, and you're going to cancel into his running grab, and it'll pop him up like that. From there, you button hold Rekka light, so quarter circle back punch, you hold the button, and you'll whiff the first Rekka. From there, you're then going to go and do Rekka 2, and Rekka 2 will pop him up in the air, and then you can go into super, because it has enough juggle points. So it looks something like this. Come on now. I was saying, I literally rehearsed this too. This is the worst part. I took a nap for a little bit and rehearsed this. Oh, I dropped it. That was too fast. There we go. And you can land this off anything in the corner, like lights. You just use it. It's one of the easiest max confirms in the game when it comes to corner routes. You do this. So keep that in mind. You can theoretically get it. I'm gonna see if I can get one rep of it really quick on mid screen. Let's see if we can do this. Using the taunt macro to, or the taunt button to pull Ryu forward, which is nice. Oh, it's very difficult. It's possible, but be very careful and don't feel like you need to learn this to make it Iori work. Oh, but it's doable. You can go coast to coast with it, but it's very difficult. It's possible, but I should also mention he technically does have an infinite. It's with you can do, I don't even know if I can show this off. But theoretically, you do jab into command grab, and you can just walk up and do jab into command grab. It doesn't do, any damage, but it's a real timer scam. You can go for it. But, it's one of those things, I don't know if it's worth going for. You could just kill them, You just play the game. That'd probably be more preferred. That's the general idea with this character. I mean, I've kind of sped run right through this character. I'm getting okay at these videos, I think. I'm kind of just, trimming the fat as I've done more of these. But I mean, we talk about matchups. He's got a pretty decent matchups for it. His only real weakness is he has he has lower health than normal. But he overall is just a very, very versatile character. Very strong. Just don't get too caught up in jumping all the time, because if people are versed the matchup, you'll just get caught for this. And you can tell he's cross-up jumpy as well. I don't know how I landed in bracket that one time, but I did. On Dimitri. Right, that's the general consensus. I guess I'll talk more about gameplay, and like I was saying, it's the main idea with this character is you're basically playing a solid rushdown character with some decent zoning. There's one of these out as well. This doesn't deal any chip, by the way, I should mention. It does deal damage on the actual stun itself, so you can do that if you want some guaranteed damage if you're able to match out. But he basically is just playing a solid, he doesn't have a short, this game doesn't have short hops. He's the closest character to having something like a short hop, though. It's a very fast jump. And so you can do tricky stuff you can do, jump into cross up, or jump into jump, jump into low, empty jump low. You get the idea. He's very mix-up oriented, and of course you always have his 2 command grabs. And there we go, missing up the maiden, the Scumgill again. What am I doing to get that? If only this port had an input reader. But you can do an empty jump throw, empty jump command grab super. So that's the last time we'll do that. But that's the general consensus of this character. Now matchups is I'll go over the cast real quick, but Dimitri hates fighting this guy. A lot of the characters I play hate fighting this guy. Like, Gendro doesn't like fighting him. Dimitri doesn't like fighting him. Most characters don't enjoy fighting. Guile's fine. Like, Guile is okay. I know there's some Terry players in my region that really don't like fighting Orochi Iori. Probably because Terry doesn't have the best anti-airs, and his anti-airs are very committal. But most characters that like conduct the fireball, because you know, some characters have like higher up fireball, like Mr. Karate's fireball as well. There's another one where like you can just duck it because it's kind of like Dimitri's, where if you just hold down back or just down, his crouch blocking animation is so low that like it'll just trail right over him, and that's a way that he could really like deny a lot of zoning in this game. It's by just being short. Also, if you really want to like duck some things, like for example, you're fighting Guile, this makes you just a little bit shorter by mashing this. Mashing crouch B makes you just a smidge shorter, so you can go to things like Sonic Boom. So keep that in mind. Like a lot of characters cannot zone him effectively if they know how to play the matchup, and you can really just go to town on this B button, on this light kick button. You just can go absolutely ape. It's ridiculous, but you get the idea. That is the character. He's very strong. And like, every character I've shown off in my videos so far are all like great, solid characters to pick up. The worst character I play is Gendro, and even then, I think he's still a great pick. Not the best, but you know, he's fine. But yeah, that's I think we're getting to the end here. As I mentioned in all my videos, I should do this in the beginning of my next video, and I'll probably make it like later today or like in a minute, but. If you want to pick these boss characters, as I've been mentioning with all these, make sure you go to your controller, find your hidden player button, left bumper by default, go over Kim, and there he is, the beautiful boy himself. Just for the end of this, I'll have the two Ioris stand off. But yeah, that is Orochi Iori in a nutshell. He's a great pick, and I feel like I did a pretty good justice talking about basically everything I could think of. Let me know if I missed anything. Like I said, I can make addendums or just make a new video, or when I, actually learn how to edit things and learn editing at some point. I just want to, like, put info on this game out for now. But, like, once I get, like, actually, like, some video making skills, I'm going to actually make, like, edited versions of all these. But, like, for now, I just want to have, like, a place where people can actually, like, learn about the character from the person who's played the game for a couple years and, has tried to get good at the game. So, yeah. That's Orochi Iori, and I will see you guys in the next video.